Okie dokie. Here we go. You know, the great thing about studio strobes is that there's so little to choose from, and that's a good thing. It's kind of like light stands. Studio strobes are like light stands. There's really only 3 models of light stands. There's the absolute garbage, cheap Chinese crap, which is like $15 and it'll break after 4 times of using it. And then there's the $40 light stands that are made by Profoto and other people. I've got like a half a dozen of them. And they're really great and they last a decent long time. And then there's the ones that are used by million-dollar Hollywood movies and all that other stuff. They're the C-stands over here. And they're indestructible and it's like a deadly weapon. And they're so damn heavy. And the notion of hauling one around is almost like totally impractical unless you're, you got some sort of paid lackey. Okay, studio strobes. Wonderful. Where does Pulsey Buff's going to see this? You're going to like, did he just call us the Toyota? Really only got... well, realistic, if we actually think about studio strobes, I'm going to talk about my 4 recommendations or Pulsey Buff. And people in Europe say that, well, I can't get Pulsey Buff over here. Actually, you can. You just have to use a forwarding service. eBay people use it all the time. I know that's really the only complaint people give me because they have the best product for the best price and the best service. They don't pay me to make this video. They don't give me any free stuff. And I've got 8 or 9 of their studio strobes, which is kind of ridiculous. When we're talking about the 4, I have the White Lightning, the Einstein here, and the Digi Bee, and right over here the Ring Flash, which I'm going to grab in a second, which is my favorite of all of them. It depends on what you want to do. You know, what I want to do and what you want to do are 2 different things. Obviously, to be portable with any one of these, you either need like a 100-foot extension cord or one of their power packs, of which I have a couple lithium power packs. You really shoot all day with them. You go to pulseybuff.com. They have 2 different power pack options. One is portable, which you can hang off your shoulder like a purse, basically. And, of course, you don't need that on one that you set up on a light stand. I'm used to using that with the Ring Flash over here, which is so incredibly handy. Call it the money maker. I mean, you got heinously, it's really good stuff, but it's heinously huge and expensive Broncolor, so to hell with that. Then you have insanely overpriced and definitely poorly made Profoto. And then you have all the Elechrome junk. The only thing that's actually decent, really cheap, and I still have absolutely no love for it at all. I love Godox speedlights, but Godox strobes, no chance. I see everybody using Godox studio strobes. No, the light modifiers for them are nowhere near as plentiful or as good, nor are the units. No, I mean, no. Pulsey Buff has definitely got the best service, and if you do something to your studio strobe, I mean, they're not going to say, hey, it's out of warranty, tough luck, buy another one. Or they're not going to charge you outrageous prices to fix it. I mean, I actually got this one. It got damaged when I purchased it, and this White Lightning, I've got a couple of these. This is a 3200. Got it damaged, sent it back to them, and it's like, hey, I bought it used off of eBay. They gave me an incredibly cheap price to do a lot of labor on fixing this. There was actually a broken capacitor in here where the person I purchased it from actually poorly shipped it. That's the reason why I have this one out now instead of my good one, is that this one's seen a lot of use. I replaced the flash tube on it, and they fixed it for me for a very cheap price. Let's go over the 4 different types of studio strobes in no particular order. I didn't want to grab it off the stand. I only have one of these, and this is the DB400. They also have it in the DB800. Its price goes between $300. This model is $300, the blue one, and the more expensive one is $350. The difference is that you're talking about on the DB800 is 5 watt seconds to 320 watt seconds, and this unit is 2.5 watt seconds to 160 watt seconds. 7 stop range. On the Digi Bees, they have a really powerful LED lamp, 400 watt equivalent, daylight balanced. You cannot use it. The only drawback on it is that the fan will kick in on the LED even though it's really cool running, and that will actually disturb the audio for your video if you were to plan on just using it as video lighting only, which is more than adequate for, but it will interfere with the sound. But I mean, it's not designed to be a video light. It is, however, really good for continuous lighting for photography. It's pretty damn bright. Advantages: it's compact as hell. It's very lightweight. I honestly would get the DB800 for $50 more. The big issue that people make a mistake on in studio strobes, they think more power, like this white lightning at 1,320 watt seconds, holy crap, of power. And it is the case, like tabletop stuff, food photography, headshot, you don't need that. You actually have too much power. Like getting the Einstein, for example, which is my top recommended, well, depends. Really, my ring lights are top recommended. It depends on what you want to do with it. I've got 4 of these of the Einstein unit. You can see the back here. Einstein unit's $500. It's a 2.5 watt seconds to 640. So for food photography, you can dial it way the hell down. Of course, you could use neutral density filters on any of these, but the bottom range of 10 watt seconds, even with an ND filter, over top of the xenon tube is still too much power, but you can dial this one down to 2.5 watt seconds. It's also compatible with all of Buff's radio triggers and also the radiable adjustable power. The one thing you want to do is if you're sitting back with a camera, you have a radio trigger on your camera on the hot shoe and a radio trigger hooked up to your studio strobe. You don't have to sit and go up to the strobe every time you want to do a power adjustment or adjust your lighting ratios. You can sit there and actually adjust with the CyberSense or the CyberSync transceiver and adjust the power and adjust the modeling output on multiple strobes right from the top of your camera. That's actually a huge boon. People, well, I just need a trigger. You know, I just need a tripper. It's like, well, I could use a pocket wizard on my camera and a pocket wizard here. And it'll yeah, but you're going to have to keep going back to the strobe and adjusting the power output, and you'll soon get really sick of that. This is really, the Einsteins are a dual versatile adjustable powerhouse with tight color consistency and also 9 stops of power. I said it's $500. Let's go on to this beast and talk about the ring flash. This is probably my favorite one. However, it does need a couple of mods. So it might not be for you. A buddy of mine, he recently died of cancer. That I told him to buy one of these things, and he made a lot of money with it. Everybody that I tell about the ring flash unit, they love it, and they make, you know, it is a money maker. Most people don't have a ring flash, and the ring flashes that you buy on eBay, those junky LED controlled or tiny little junk xenon tubes, are made in China, and you know they're like $60 or whatever. They last like 1 or 2 shoots, and then they're dead, and it's junk. Let's talk about the White Lightning 3200. This is available also in less power than this. This is White Lightning. It's 8 stops and go from 10 watt seconds to 1,320 watt seconds of power. The great thing about this, especially with like the Fujifilm X-T2, GFX, and other cameras, Sony, whatever the hell it is, you have hypersync capability with the 3200, which is why I have a couple 3200 units at roughly, because I have a light meter that calculates T1 time, which is 90% of pulse flash duration. You have a T1 time at roughly 40 watt seconds to 800 watt seconds, a crap load of power. Did I mention this goes up to 1,320 watt seconds? You have a hypersync capability. The average T1 time on this at output between 40 and 800 watt seconds is 1/200th of a second, which is a huge fat burst of light that will let you do hypersync. Hypersync is infinitely more valuable and far more useful than high-speed sync flash photography. High-speed sync is pulsated light out of your Godox unit, or specifically so, obviously, the speed light. That has very limited power. I could drop serious power, single flash duration, a T1 time burst of 1/200th to 1/200, 1/300th of a second, doesn't really matter. That will cover, that's a huge pulse of light, they'll cover the shutter speed of any camera. Like, for example, my GFX, it only has a sync speed of 1/125th of a second. Well, that sucks. That's not fast enough. So what? Either the X-T2 or the GFX. I could actually use this thing, back way the hell up, do a group photo, drown out the ambient light, and do a strobe shot with this with hypersync at 1/4000th of a second on GFX or 1/8000th of a second on the X-T2. Hypersync is infinitely more useful and valuable than high-speed sync flash photography is. HSS is low power, it's limited, it's not that good. It works obviously, but it doesn't work like this. I mean, this is half the reason of owning this huge, and I said the downside, I don't think I mentioned the downside. This is an older unit, more of a solid state unit, some big old capacitors in here, it's heavy, it's large. Yeah, the 3200 is $550. That's how much this one costs. Also, too, the octaboxes that are patented by Policy Buff and the softboxes, Superior, which people don't realize, they'll go online and buy like the Cowboy Studios or the other Chinese junk that change color after a few months. They'll start to yellow, and you'll end up with a yellow color cast on the subject you're shooting. And also, too, they're like putting together a jigsaw puzzle. You have to stick those damn rods in the sleeves. All those units are like that. These Pulsey Buff Octoboxes and Softboxes, a 47-inch Octobox here with a 30-degree grid in it. It opens and closes like an umbrella. So boom, open it up, mount it onto the front of any of these Pulsey Buff strobes, and go. Softboxes or Octoboxes. Mount's different on the ring light over here on the moon unit, but let me grab that one over. I don't want to actually put the moon. I've got the moon unit up there. I don't want to grab the moon unit. And most people that get a ring light don't use the moon unit anyway. However, it is very nice. So that's it on the white lightning. Huge, a lot of power. What would I buy it for? Absolutely. The main reason I have it is for hypersync. You know, the limitation that I have of flash sync on any camera is not an issue. When you have a big fat burst of a pulse of light, the T1 time of 1/200th of a second roughly, that'll let you cover any shutter speed with flash photography. And it's not pulsed lighting. It's a huge boon of hypersync over high-speed sync. I've done a couple mods to this. The main mod, which I wish Pulsey Buff would actually do to this unit, and they know they need to mod this unit a little bit more. They might redesign in the future. This is a videographer's pistol grip for letting you hold the unit like this. And also, too, I ringed it with Velcro that let me attach these rings. It took me about half an hour to do that, so I could actually stick a neck strap on this unit. These are actually two 180-degree xenon tubes that are in the back of behind the frosted diffusion plexiglass on this ABR 800. Basically, this is like the old B100. The guts, the electronics are identical, except of course it's been designed around this housing. Now, the only thing that people have actually complained to me 3 times about on this unit is like, oh my god, it's so lightweight, you could sit there and squeeze it. Well, it's meant to be handheld, and in my case, you know, worn around your neck, it has to be really lightweight. So if you're going to make a studio strobe with some significant power that you can actually sit there and hand hold, then there's going to be a trade-off as far as durability of the unit. But I mean, you're not going to hammer rocks with any of these things, so is that an issue? No, not really. Let me tell you how versatile this unit is. This is $400, by the way. It's got 6 stops, 10 watt seconds to 320 watt seconds. This is the money maker. I use it either as a strobe or as a ring flash. You actually have right underneath here on the mount where the pistol grip is actually attached, so makes it easier to handhold, which you can get these on eBay for 18 bucks. There is a mount for mounting onto a light stand. There is an umbrella attachment that comes with this that lets you mount an umbrella like this, so you could use it as a regular studio strobe. You cannot obviously mount Octoboxes and Pulsey Buff Octoboxes and Softboxes on it. You can mount a moon unit. If you want to know what the moon unit is, you can immediately see it on Pulsey Buff's website. It's basically a big umbrella that attaches to the front that has another diffusion filter and then a soft diffusion layer that goes over it that basically turns it into a softbox ring light. If you don't know what the output of ring light is, go to the ABR 800 ring light group on Flickr and see some amazing. Wow, so that's what a ring light does. I mean a real ring light, not that $50 Chinese crap that they sell on eBay. Realistically, when it comes to professional ring lights, there's really only 3 options out there now. There's a really, really, really expensive one that's horribly designed. I forget who it's made by. It's the other one that's $1,200, and there's that really expensive one that's like $2,300, which is a joke. I can't remember who makes that darn thing. I've had it in my hands once, and I forget who makes it. Someone pointed it out to me. I've had a brain fart. I forgot who the hell makes it. You got 3 options. You got the overpriced garbage, which is poorly designed, and then you have the real Chinese garbage. I don't mean the $50 stuff, but that $700 unit, and I forget who makes that. It's not Godox. It's somebody else. It's not. Is it the Godox unit? Junk. And then there's this. There really is only this unit. It's a brilliant design. Like I said, you could use it as a regular and also too. I have a power cable when you actually buy one of the power packs. It's about half the size of a loaf of bread. I should have grabbed one. I got a couple of them over here. Hang it off your shoulder, plug it into your power port back here. Your camera mounts here. There's actually a screw underneath here that goes into the tripod port of your camera. I designed this so I could actually hang it around my neck. and with a power pack off my shoulder, just go around doing ring light. Obviously, you can't use manual focus lenses with this because you can't reach in here to adjust the manual focus on the lens. So it needs to be autofocus lenses, so that's the only caveat for using that. Also, too, you'd have to take the vertical grip off your camera if you have one. There's a very few cameras like this is also slidable. This, I have it locked in right now with Velcro, so it's locked in one place. You can actually hit the screw nut over here, drop the entire unit down for larger, taller cameras. This is the money maker. It's a brilliant. I mean, it's like someone said, I want to do beauty shots and just one thing that does everything, and power pack and go anywhere with somebody. I could take, you know, a model out in the field, take pictures of her, like babies. I want to do flash photography of babies or dogs or animals. Holy crap, there's nothing like this. Holy crap. I mean, I'm going to be dead serious with you, just like dead nut serious. Some of the most amazing, if you're looking to make money, say I want to do like animal photography, people's goofy pets or their babies or whatnot. You know, I stick them in the backyard. I mean, do flash photo. Well, speed light's not good enough. You know, it's like okay, boom, you've bleached the baby's face out, and the light quickly drops off. And it's like, well, that looks like everybody else's crappy flash photography. The other option is set up a damn light stand, set up a damn studio strobe, set up a damn 50-foot cable that goes to the back of someone's house. I'm going to take baby pictures in the backyard, or pictures of little Spot the dog. Oh, Jesus. Too much. I just mount my camera in this, put a power pack on my shoulder, throw this around my neck, and go around. I could 320 watt seconds. Hello. I could blast the hell out of anything I want. My beautiful, soft. By the way, this is what, instead, you don't want to do a lot of photoshopping. My buddy, who's dead of cancer now, used to say that the most money he made off his ABR 800 was taking pictures of old chicks with wrinkles, because actually one of the natural aspects of the enveloping toroid of light of a ring flash is that it removes wrinkles. So you take pictures of old women, and they would love it because it really did completely eliminate, due to the wrapping nature of light, how it was ever pervasively penetrating, would remove the wrinkles out of their face. This really is the money maker. Now, if you want something more precise and exact, the Einstein, the best recommendation for like, hey, I don't want to blow a ton of money, get a DB 800 for $350 and an octabox, and definitely a grid. Get a grid, probably a beauty dish. But the do-all, go-all, especially portable units, that will also can be used as a regular studio strobe. This is it. The one caveat to do what I did, like I said, you'd have to invest in some industrial Velcro, which you can get these straps at Lowe's. I just used that, and I had to put some sticky industrial Velcro on the strobe, and then use the straps, and I used these aluminum rings, which I also got at the hardware store for like 20 seconds, and I just made a neck strap. And then I bought one of these video pistol grips for 18 bucks off of eBay, made for attaching to video devices. Now the unit's perfect, so you do have to do like $30 worth of mods to make it perfect like this unit. I've got a couple of these. I think I've actually had sweet dreams thinking about this. It is a moneymaker. It's the best single unit that you could buy, but like I said, you do have to mod it. Most people don't want to buy something and mod it. It depends on how lazy you are. I love modding stuff to make them perfect. I guess that's it. So those are the 4 Pulse Buff Studio Strobes. Actually, these are the only Studio Strobes we're going. To hell with Ellen Chrome, to hell with Pro Photo, and Broncolor. Well, it's nice, it weighs a ton, it's as big as the Titanic, and it costs as much as the Titanic. I'm sorry if you're in Europe, you want to complain about not being able to get these, but you actually can if you use a forwarding service. I'm not connected to Pulse Buff in any way. I'm telling you this is the best stuff out there, period, bar none. Nothing comes close. This is made better than Pro Photo. It's made better than LA Chrome. Costs a ton less. Better modifiers, better octaboxes, better softboxes, better customer service, better support, better design. If you bought it used, like the second unit that I got, like I said, I bought it used. The guy poorly packaged it and he shipped it and he broke it in shipping. And then he basically gave me a near total refund, minus 50 bucks. I sent it to them, and I can't tell you what I paid, but I mean, it was not much at all. I was like, damn, I was in this unit for less than $200. Got a complete overhaul by them. Pulsey Buff rocks. Actually, Pulsey Buff is the Epic Tits. I'll edit that out later since I shouldn't say Epic Tits. But they are. They're the Epic Tits. It's a small company, not that small. But they're actually doing everything right. Pulsey Buff is kind of like the Fujifilm of the lighting world. Fujifilm gives you all this great customer service, and they're thinking about their customers, and you can like talk to people and get stuff done instead of like calling somebody up like, hello, if you'd like to dial, hit option number 2 and leave a voice. Oh, Jesus, you know. Actually, everybody that works at Pulsey Buff, I've talked to like maybe 15 people there. Everybody there knows what the hell is going on. They know everything about everything, how it's built, way it's designed, how to mod it, this goes to this attaches that. Instead of you get people that are just like, they hire and they just work there. I just work here, I don't know. Not Pulsey Buff, other places. I just work here, I don't know. I'll transfer you to somebody that might know something. You know what I mean? You know exactly what the hell I mean. Anyway, thanks so much, and Pulsey Buff rocks. They are awesome. Don't tell me they're not, because they are. Okay, girlfriend? Peace out, Girl Scout. Bye.